I'm on Canadian soil, and it feels good. It feels good. It was good in the United States, except a couple of things. Uh, but here it feels safer. Why? Because I can get home, right? Even at home, I would have to quarantine for 14 days. Won't be able to get in contact with people in the household. Like, of course, if I talk to someone, I would have to wear a mask, a face mask. So that's okay. That's okay. 14 days, no big of a deal. But I'm recording this one to give you an idea about the process, right? So I entered Canada by land, and I saw a few other people with large suitcases. So I assume those guys came in Canada by airplane via Bellingham. I don't know how they got into Canada, but I saw them dragging the suitcases. The cab, the taxi, dropped them off at a building behind the Canadian Border Services Agency. So let me see how to avoid the wind here in the microphone. So those guys got by the cab, probably coming from Bellingham. I don't know. I'm positive they had their COVID test prior getting into Canada. Not like me, wasting time and money, being turned back. So I've been turned away because I had a COVID test done in Europe, and you must take the COVID test in the United States if you come in by land from the United States. Coming from Mexico, I don't know the rules, but when I spoke to different people, got different answer. Public Health Canada agent, one tells me a story. Yeah, you can come in. The COVID test, the PCR tests are valid from anywhere in the world. All that. So I got in at the border crossing and was turned away because the rule, it says you must take the COVID test in the States, right? So went back, made few other phone calls, talked to different agents from Public Health Canada. Confusing answer. One it tells me no, one tells me yes. Okay, another one said phone Canadian Border Services Agency. I phoned one guy more professional than the one from Public Health Canada. At least it sounded more professional, and a guy who knew what was talking about. He said, no, tests from your country are not valid, are not recognized by the system here or something like that. You must take the test in the United States. So I tried to tell the guy, I'm part of the exception. I did not require entry in the States, stay in the States, all that. Yeah, but he told me, you came in Bellingham by air and you travel to the border crossing in Canada. So in the meanwhile, you probably got exposed. Anyway, so there are some, let's say, loopholes. But I had a challenging trip from Europe all the way here. Too many roadblocks, and I'm tired. I'm not interested in trying to fight the system or get into Canada. So I think from being in the other boat in different shoes, if people find loopholes trying to get into Canada, then those people increase the chance of infecting other people, including my family. So I follow the rules. I'm okay with that. Got the test in the States. Today morning, around 4 o'clock, I woke up, checked the email, got the test. So the lab in the Bellingham area works 24 hours a day, and yesterday I took the test around 1 o'clock, got the test very quickly, like in less than 8 hours. and I'm super excited about that. And came all the way back to the border crossing here, and that's the building. That's a Pacific highway where trucks are coming in. Route 515. Of course, you can use different entry points. Officers are pretty nice. Both times, like 2 days ago when I failed to provide a COVID test, and today, professional Canadian Border Services officers, no complaint about. Even on Google it shows 2 stars or some like unhappy people, of course, write bad comments, but those guys are professionals, are actually doing a good job protecting others, including preventing people to sneak in with all sort of foods and animals and insects and diseases and stuff. So I'm pretty happy to say they do a good job. Now I got some screening done and questions which were pretty quick. The first day when I got in, they checked my luggage, x-rayed my luggage, checked my body a little bit. Also very professional. I'm happy to say that. No complaints at all. And today I try to use ArriveCan, the app that they tell you that you must use, and I try to use that, but I learned that the officers already enter my data in the system, and there is a 3-digit code that I was supposed to enter, a code provided by the Border Services officer. And I went back to the booth, and the officer said, yeah, we entered that code for you in the system, you don't need to do that. Now you get a pamphlet like that, you need to follow all the guidelines here, okay, which I'm going to do. And once you get out of the Border Services Agency building, you are in quarantine. Okay, so you must follow these guidelines by the book. And of course you get 2 of the specimen collection kits. So I'm waiting for my wife to pick me up. Again, I'm in a quarantine, so I cannot just roam around in Canada, and I'm allowed to wait in a parking lot till my wife will pick me up and take me to the quarantine place. So you must have a place with space and less contact with vulnerable people, wear mask, be fed without contact. So there are very specific rules you must follow. And what's inside the kit I'll show you, because there is a tent. Switch Health employees, there were two workers, and they don't come in contact with you at all. So they sit on one side of the table, like a 2 meter apart or away from you, and they ask you to take apart the kit inside, and inside there is a swab. They ask you to put a swab in your nostrils for 15 seconds. They will count for you. There is a shipping package, shipping label, thing like that, a serial number, a small vial with a special liquid, probably kind of a special biological material that oh, that's my wife. So that's what's in the kit. So I thought to show you. Then you take this kit and put it in the garbage. You cannot recycle. So that's about the border crossing, and I'm in Canada. See you later. Bye-bye.